Hello everyone. So today I am going to explain about two plants and two animals found in xeric condition. So first of all, the question is, what actually are xeric conditions? The conditions which are characterized by the presence of less amount of water than what is actually required, or in another words, the conditions which are characterized by the presence of inadequate amount of water are called xeric conditions. Xeric conditions are usually found in arid habitats or deserty areas. They are also found in extremely cold habitats where large proportion of water is present in solid state and really less proportion of water is present in liquid state. Moreover, the temperature is below 0 degrees Celsius. Xeric conditions are also present in salt marshes. Then we have xeric plants. So what actually are xeric plants? These are certain plants which tend to survive even in conditions which offer less amount of water to them than what they actually require. Or the plants which survive even in inadequate supply of water are called xeric plants, and the two examples we will be particularly talking about are cactus with scientific name Cactaceae and pineapple with scientific name Ananas commosus. As you can see from these three pictures that these two plants grow in conditions which offer less amount of water to them. Now we will be talking about some morphological features of xeric plants, particularly of cactus and pineapple. So what are morphological features? The features which are characterized by the physical appearance of an organism, or the features which are visible to the naked eye, are called morphological features. The first feature is succulence. Means these plants have certain specialized cells that have water holding capacity in order to prevent water loss even in low moisture conditions. Then we have reduced leaves. As you can see, the surface of both these plants are covered with spines instead of leaves. So why is it so? It is so because already less amount of water is present in the environment. So we cannot risk losing even the slightest amount of water. So to prevent this water loss through the process of transpiration from the plant surface, we have spines. As in leaves, stomata are present. So if there will be no stomata, then there will be no transpiration, resulting in absence of water loss. So here leaves are replaced by spines for this purpose. Then we have stomata. Stomatas are tiny pores present on the surface of leaves, particularly on the lower surface of leaves, and their function is the exchange of gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen and water movement in and out of the leaves. So in xeric plants, stomata are present in really fewer numbers, as well as they are present in sunken pits below the surface of leaves. It is so because if they will be present on the outer surface of the leaf, then there will be more chances of water loss. To prevent this, they are present in fewer numbers as well as in sunken pits. Then we have waxy hair and spiny outer surface. The outer surface of cactus plant over here is covered by waxy hair, as we have to prevent the water loss, and waxy hair holds in water. We have spiny outer surface as well, as we know that sunlight is a form of energy, and by following the principle of conservation of energy, this sunlight can be converted into heat energy, which can lead to evaporation of water from the surface of the plant, which already have less quantity of water in it, and this can result in the death of plant ultimately. So to prevent this, we have spines which will scatter or reflect the sunlight which will fall on them and prevent water loss, reducing sun's effect. The last feature of morphological feature of xeric plants is they have roots near their surface. They have roots as these roots have water holding capacity and they can regenerate easily after rain. As we know, the whole purpose of all these morphological features is to prevent excess loss of water and conserve water as much as possible inside the plant. Be it the presence of spines instead of leaves on the surface of cactus plant, be it the presence of certain specialized cells inside the plant with water holding capacity, be it the presence of waxy covering or waxy hair on the leaves, or be it the roots near the surface. The whole purpose is to hold water inside the plant as much as possible. Moving on, now we will talk about xeric animals. These are animals which survive even in conditions which offer less amount of water to them than what they actually require, or they exist even in inadequate supply of water. The two examples we will be specifically talking about is camel and the other one is sandfish. Camel has scientific name Camelus dromedarius and sandfish have scientific name Cincus cincus. Now we will study morphological features of these xeric animals, particularly of camel and sandfish. The first feature is that they are poikilotherms. And another synonym for poikilotherms is cold-blooded, means these animals are cold-blooded. That is, they can regulate their internal body temperature according to the outer temperature of atmosphere, or they can match their external temperature to the internal temperature to the external. As we can see in this graph over here, the poikilo body temperature is more than the environmental temperature during the time between midnight and sunrise, but both these temperatures, that is poikilo body temperature and environmental temperature, coincide with each other at the time of noon and continue to coincide up to midnight. It is so because in this time the poikilotherm organism are regulating their body temperature according to the external environmental temperature. The next feature is hibernation. These organisms undergo hibernation in order to protect themselves from extreme conditions, either from extreme heat or from extreme cold. In this case, xeric animals go for hibernation, that is winter sleep, to protect themselves from extreme cold. The next feature is that they stay in burrows. This feature is applicable specifically for sandfish. Sandfish live in burrows under the surface of sand. They do so to prevent excess water loss from their body. Moreover, they excrete highly concentrated urine. or urine, which is characterized by the presence of more amount of ions and salts, urea, substances which are unwanted and harmful to the body of organism, and less amount of water. They do so to minimize water loss. Now we will study adaptations to conserve water in body of camels. At the time of late afternoon, the body temperature of camels increased by 7 degrees Celsius. It happens in order to prevent the heat flow from the environment into the body of camel, as it will result in water loss. So to prevent this, the body temperature increases by 7 degrees Celsius. Then the surface or the body of camel is covered with fur, which reduces the heat gain from the environment, resulting in reduced water loss. That's all. So thank you.